Am I the asshole for telling my mom if she wants me to pay my sister for babysitting, she needs to back pay me? TDLR. My sister expects me to make at least a once-a-week trip to the grocery store just for her snacks. I pay for all the food, and said it was okay if she watched my baby so I don't have to take them to the store with me that often. She said okay, but now expects me to pay her cash as well as paying for all her food and paying for my 4 extra-hour round-trip drives to the store a month. Mom said I should, so after a week of nagging, I told Mom, not in front of sister, I'd pay sister for doing her favor when Mom paid me for 6 years of back babysitting. I, 25F. Live with my mom, 50F, sister, 15F, and baby. 1. Due to the global panini and leaving my ex. Prior, I had lived on my own since I was 21. I only leave the house for doctor's appointments and to go to the grocery store since my job is online. My sister never wants to go to the store because she's scared of the virus, so I offered to do all the extra grocery shopping for her if she watches my baby. I already pay for all the groceries, since I just have to pay my phone and baby stuff, so I didn't mind. It's easy. My sister didn't want to, so I said that was fine, but since I run in and out if I have my baby, literally less than 15 minutes, I wasn't going to promise to get her stuff. I would try, but I don't want to expose my baby, especially for treats. My sister understood, but eventually changed her mind and said she'd watch baby if I picked it up for her so she didn't have to go with Mom, who I usually end up going in for while she watches baby. I don't pay my mom to watch baby, and she's never asked. I babysat my sister for 6 years and never got paid. Now, I pay for all the groceries, do most of the housework since my mom doesn't have a remote job and literally only leave for doctor appointments and to go to the grocery store. It seems fair. However, last week my sister asked if I'd pay her to watch baby. I said if when I start hanging out with friends or have to go in person to work, she watched baby, I would. She asked about when I go grocery shopping since I'm gone 1-3 hours. I told her no, since I only started leaving baby with her so I could do her a favor. My mom said that if I'm gone over an hour, when the store is 20 minutes away, that I should at least get her a treat. I always buy treats and snacks because it's my coping mechanism since I gave up smoking, and most of what I buy for my sister is extras anyway. But when I said that, my mom said a gift card is what she meant. After several days of my mom bringing this up, and my sister crying when I said I wasn't going to do her shopping anymore, I told my mom I would pay my sister when she paid me for 6 years of 20-25 hours a week of babysitting. Apparently, I'm the asshole for that, and for not doing my sister's shopping. But why should I risk my baby because my sister wants ramen? I stopped smoking because I didn't want to go up to a counter and talk to a maskless person to get them. I made sacrifices to keep us safe. No one is ever without food, and if she wants certain things, she can always go with mom once a month, but now everyone is upset with me so I feel bad. Edit. My sister didn't hear me say this. She outside exercising. I also have to make at least one trip a week that's just for her, so I'm spending an extra 40 minutes in the car, of my own gas, to get her extra groceries that I pay for. Edit 2. I'd never actually take money from my mom. She had me babysit out of necessity. It was just a point I was trying to make to show that this was hypocritical. Not the asshole. Your sister does not get to have it both ways and your mom should understand what it's like since she used you as a free babysitter for years. Your sister can get a real job if she wants to earn extra spending money. Although what she could possibly need money for when she's too scared to go outside her door is beyond me. Not the asshole. I see this as a reasonable trade, items for services. Plus you are putting yourself at a greater risk, while you have more responsibilities than your sister. Hopefully you have been vaccinated and are still wearing a mask to protect your family as well. Not the asshole. You're already paying your sister by buying her things instead of making her go get them. To me it looks like a fair trade. Not the asshole. You made an agreement with your sister to spend more time at the store to get her specific items if she watched baby. She agreed. If those terms are no longer acceptable, then you don't have to get her specific items, especially if she's not paying for them. Not the asshole. Having groceries delivered seems like the rest route for your family. Sister can choose the groceries online so her snacks are delivered while you do the final check to make sure not over budget and you can watch the baby. Not the asshole, provided you meant this as rhetoric to get your point across and are not actually expecting to be backpaid. The arrangement you currently have makes perfect sense and works for everyone. Your sister is acting entitled. Not the asshole. You are willing to take baby for your own grocery shopping. She wants extras, that's her payment. The extras that you pay for. I, 25F. Live with my mom, 50F, sister, 15F, and baby. 1. Due to the global panini and leaving my ex. Prior, I had lived on my own since I was 21. Why do you need to make so many grocery runs? Why not just serve up that world-sized sandwich? Not the asshole. Sister is expecting you to do her a favor and pay for the privilege, and now wants more money? Fuck that. It's entitled and wrong on so many levels. I'd just tell her you'll take your baby, and she can get her own damn groceries. If she realizes that arrangement is less to her liking, she might volunteer to watch the baby for free. Oh, and don't pay for her treats any longer. Picking something up for her is one thing, but always being the one to pay for it isn't right. She is taking advantage of you. Am I the asshole for making ex-friend pay for lahanga she stole and tore? Summer of 2019, my friend, Jenny, both 23F, was invited to a Sikh wedding in another city and asked to borrow a dress of mine. She chose a new black and gold lehenga, basically begging for it. The lehenga was completely new and was reserved for a cousin's wedding, so I offered her another dress, a pinky peach anarkali frock. Although disappointed, Jenny agreed but said she'd pick it up later on. A few days later, when only my mom was home, Jenny came around and helped herself to my black and gold lehenga, leaving without telling my mom, but she was able to see her with the dress in the driveway before she left. My mom informed me immediately, but it was too late. Jenny wouldn't pick up my calls and she had already left for the wedding. Jenny only sent a VN saying she'd return the dress 2 days later. 4 days later, mom dropped off the dress in a shopping bag. When I took it out, not only was it dirty, but the one of the gold layers of chiffon was torn. Jenny's got all flushed and offered to pay for dry cleaning and the cost of fixing it up. There was no fixing it. I had ordered it from India and it cost $750 once you added the shipment cost. This is where I might have entered asshole territory. I threw the dress at her mom, demanding she pay me back for the dress. My mom also backed me up, saying she saw Jenny steal the dress. Her mom got all angry, called me disrespectful and that she had never been more embarrassed in her life, all over a dress. Jenny called, finally, telling me how dare I treat her mom like that. I told her pay for the dress or I'm reporting her for stealing my property. They paid the next day and we haven't talked since. Since then, Jenny has been trying super hard to paint me as Ta. When she saw pictures of my new black and gold velvet lehenga, which cost $100 more by the way, and that my sister was now wearing the altered chiffon lehenga she tore, Jenny said we conned the money from them and the dress was totally wearable as my sister was wearing it now. Also that it wasn't a good dress to begin with, as everyone was giving her weird looks, and that I triggered her mom's anxiety, which only intensified with COVID. Well, for one, the lehenga was never the same after she wore it. My mom had to take it to a trailer, remove 2 layers and have it shortened and tightened for my younger sister. Second, people were looking at her weird because she wore a black lehenga to a Sikh wedding ceremony. The peach dress I offered would have been more suitable. Lastly, she's more responsible for her mom's situation for sending her with the dress she stole and tore. I do kind of feel bad for her mom, though she has been having major anxiety attacks since then. Jenny and I still go to the same university but have avoided a confrontation till now. Mutual friends say while they agree Jenny was wrong here, but think if I had handled the situation better it wouldn't have resulted in splitting the entire friend group and the end of a 9-year friendship. Edit. This is a repost. The original was deleted cause it went against the rules, but now I reposted it with the mod's permission. Original post. Usually. If you break it, you buy it. Always. If you steal it and break it, you buy it. Thieves don't get to play the victim, either. Not the asshole. NTA. Theft is theft. She's lucky the authorities weren't involved. Not the asshole, she's a thief and ultimately responsible for your ire at her mother for putting her, anxiety-ridden, mother in the line of fire by making her the messenger. You will have a better, happier life with Jenny out of it. Sue, not the asshole. She stole it then broke it. No, not the asshole. Not the asshole, she's a thief. She has poor moral character and doesn't want to own up to it. Also, I was about to comment on the color of the lehenga myself. I'm Hindu, and have never been to a Sikh anything, though I would love to. But you'd get weird looks wearing black to most Hindu wedding events as well. You could probably pull it off at a Mehendi or Sangeet though. Not the asshole. Real friends don't steal from you. She is backpedaling and painting you as the asshole because she knows she messed up. Stand in your truth. Not the asshole, she took something behind your back after being told no then ruined it. Not the asshole. Anything stolen over $500 is a felony. She's lucky you didn't get the authorities involved. Am I the asshole for not being sorry over my social media activity and telling my boyfriend to get over it? My boyfriend and I have been together on, off since December 2019. For context, I am 30 and he is 37. We both use social media, Instagram. Prior to us dating, we talked about past relationships and he told me that trust was very big to him, and he told me his ex did shady things on social media. We were on the same page on what respect was to both of us, what was appropriate or not. Both agreed that cheating wasn't just physical but could also be emotional. Back in February 2021, he took a look at my DMs, and he saw a message with a guy. This guy added me years ago. I didn't know him personally. Turned out he was a friend of my cousin's. We met once in person and that was it. He never asked me out, we never flirted, he just ended up becoming an acquaintance at best who would reply to my Instagram stories or send me funny memes related to basketball. We are both basketball fans. So, he sees a message from this guy, clicks into it and scrolls up. He sees that back in October 2020 I posted a video of a basketball game. This guy sent me a heart eye emoji on that story, and I sent one back. We messaged back and forth about the game a bit. My ex asked me who this guy was. In order to try to minimize the situation, I lied and said, he's just a friend, as my ex probed more and asked how we are friends. I explained to him the truth: we aren't friends, just acquaintances distantly, but there's nothing romantic at all, never has been, and I wanted to de-escalate the situation. I also apologized profusely. I agreed this wasn't the right course of action. I should have been honest, and in hindsight I should have never sent the heart eye emoji, even if it was just in regards to the basketball game. Now, it's been 4 months since that incident. He forgave me at first, but then he decided he wasn't over it. He started getting extremely controlling when I would go out and ask me why I would be doing my hair and makeup and ask if I was out seeking attention the way I was while on Instagram sending heart eyes. He says there are 2 issues. 1, that I was flirting with this guy by sending heart eye emojis, and 2, that I lied when he asked. I apologized so many times, explained so many times why I lied and that I was so sorry. Explained the heart eyes was just about the game and nothing further. I deleted IG to prove that there was no one there that I needed to talk to. I allowed him to read my messages. But he was very hurt by my actions. He said he told me trust was important and his ex was an attention seeker and I hurt him by being the same way and he thought we were on the same page. He's been calling me a liar and an attention seeker and a 21-year-old doing dumb shit. But yet, he still wants me in his life. I blew up in our last conversation and told him to just get over it already. Get over it and move on. I didn't cheat on you. It was harmless and unintentional. Get over it. This set him off and he's made me out to be heartless and an insensitive asshole because I said that. But I truly to believe it wasn't that big of a deal to hold above my head and crucify me for 4 whole months now, and it's time to drop it. And #X200B. Am I the asshole? ? Not the asshole, your boyfriend is weird and controlling. I don't really like the whole idea of, just break up. But honestly this doesn't sound worth the time and effort to fix. He's mad over a heart eye emoji. You're both way too old to have this kind of drama. Not the asshole. He's made you the whipping girl for his ex. How long will you pay for her mistakes? Not the asshole op. Sending the smiling face emoji about basketball to a friend during a conversation about that topic does not equate to cheating. Not even close. Your relationship is toxic. Your boyfriend is controlling. Not the asshole. This man is 37 years old and he is acting like an insecure schoolboy. His behavior is creepy and controlling and these traits seem to get worse with time. Be safe. Not the asshole. This is controlling, abusive behavior and a red flag the size of Lake Erie. Not the asshole. Get rid of him. I feel like I am writing this a lot today. Not the asshole. Dump him, block him, and get him out of your life entirely. Not the asshole. Your boyfriend sounds incredibly controlling and abusive. I would strongly consider an escape plan as this is how he reacts to you having male friends. Am I the asshole for refusing to get rid of my plants in my room? I just moved into a co-living space on Monday and the tension between me and my one roommate has been getting worse every day. I spent the first 3 days unpacking, staging my room, and installing an AC in my room, and the last 2 days I spent working, running errands, and dealing with family business. In short, besides the first 3 days I haven't been there. I rent a room in the apartment and I brought my plants with me, but I messed up and mentioned that snake plants can be poisonous if a cat or dog eats it. Now she's obsessed that I'm going to hurt her cat. She's verbally stated this and texted, written in notes multiple times saying this, and I'm not trying to take responsibility for her cat. Note: she's extremely protective over her cat and claims he's her emotional support animal. I saw this immediately and told her I didn't want the cat in my room so she could blame me if anything happened to him, but also because I have sensitive documents in my room and I don't like leaving my room open when I'm not in the building. She is also upset that the cat can't come and go into my room when he wants. I've been trying to call a roommate meeting for over a week at this point because of her behavior during my initial visit, but she refuses to talk about anything related to setting up house rules or a roommate agreement. Instead, she yells and berates me about everything I do, using too much dish soap, lighting incense but the other roommate can, the way I clean in general, not using the dishwasher, etc. And it's only been 5 days, so I'm over it. Not to mention that she tries to open my door at night and opens my mail. Today she left me a note saying that the solution is to throw away all my plants because it's giving her anxiety, and once I do that she'll agree to have the meeting, which is confusing considering my other roommate has the same kind of plants as me. There are many red flags I'm getting, but ultimately, I feel like she just wants complete control of the house and will continue to find things to be upset with me about until everything resumes to how they were before I moved in. Mind you, there were only 2 people before, and now that I'm there she's trying to continue living in the space as if 2 people still live there. For example, not giving me cabinet space for my dishes and pantry items, no fridge space, etc. Based on her actions and her non-willingness to work towards finding common ground, I texted her that I refuse to get rid of my plants, and the cat is still not allowed in my room, but I am available to talk face to face whenever. Be honest, am I the asshole in this case? Edit for things I keep seeing. I do have a doorknob I can lock with a key. I installed it a couple days before I actually moved in. Also, I've been looking for a new place since Tuesday. I was just wondering if I was being unreasonable and if my actions were causing issues. Lastly, I've been talking to the company that owns the property about possibly having her removed because she is violating federal law and harassing me. Either way, it's either me or her who has to go. I would rather it be her, cause rent in the city is so expensive. Phew. Not the asshole. The cat has no business being in your room and you've done everything right with keeping your door closed and warning her about the snake plant. Your flatmate sounds like a terrible person, and as much as it sucks, as you've just moved in there, you should find a different place to live, if possible. At least if she remains unwilling to talk to and refuses to find a solution that suits you both. Though you already gave her an easy solution from the start. Maybe she'd be willing to talk if you'd place the snake plant somewhere in your room the cat won't be able to reach. It's probably worth a try. Not the asshole. As long as you're keeping your door shut, it's not an issue. Get a lock for your room too, so she can't keep letting herself in. But I'd strongly recommend looking for a new place to live. She sounds like the type of person who will never be happy living with other people, no matter what they do. Not the asshole. I'm going to point out it's illegal to tamper with someone else's mail. So yeah, that alone puts your roommate in the wrong end of this. The moment you said she opens your mail, my first thought was confront her, then contact the police. If she wants to play dirty, you can report her to the landlord for going through your mail, things, and depending on location, even higher up, as opening someone else's mail is illegal in many places. Keep your plant babies and your door locked. She can go kick rocks if it bothers her. Not the asshole. Your room is your room. Not the asshole. Bit for context. How sure are you that she is reading your mail? I'm pretty sure no matter where you are that is pretty illegal. Not the asshole. But in my opinion, I would search for a new room. Opening letters. Opening the door of your room. Many red flags. Not the asshole. Keep your door locked when you're not in for the cat's safety and your property's sake in case she decides to take it upon herself to trash your things. She does not get to decide what you can and cannot have in your own space, not dictate whether or not her cat can enter that space. What she's asking is equally ridiculous as if you had asked her to get rid of her cat because it's a danger to your plants. Compromise without destruction or loss is a must for co-living. If that can't be done, it's going to be a shit show until someone leaves.